All right, let's say you're a small business and you just hired a new employee. They're going through the onboarding process right now and they're reading all these different documents about, oh, this is how we handle this customer. This is how we handle that customer. This is how we handle a certain dispute, or this is the workflow of if something goes wrong or whatever it is. Maybe it's just like the safety plan. Now, listen. What percentage of employees do you actually think are actually reading those stupid employee handbook manuals or just workflow or just onboarding documents? The answer is probably like 0.1%. I say this as an employee myself. We basically just like tick everything saying that, hey, we have read and acknowledged and we accept the terms and conditions. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, the same employee, he's going out and he's trying his best to actually be productive in the company. And he needs to find out the answers of something. Maybe he's bothering coworkers that are busy. Maybe he is trying to just comb through documents. Whatever the case is, we all know that as small businesses, you probably have a lot of workflows and a lot of processes that a lot of new employees do not know, that they just actually have to learn based off of the job experience, and nobody's going to comb through those documents, even if you do have it all written down. So, because of that, why not just use NotebookLM for your small business? Let me show you guys how exactly you can use NotebookLM to actually store all your onboarding documents, your process documents, anything that you could potentially think of, and then just let employees actually chat with it all. Okay, so let's get into the video. All right, so I have obviously made a couple of NotebookLM videos in the past as well, which are already up on my channel, but this is specifically targeted to business owners. This is specifically targeted to really any employee that is working at a company that is just literally just combing through documentation just to find a simple answer. Listen, your answer is definitely NotebookLM. I promise you. All you have to do is literally just create a notebook, have a Google account, and it's completely for free. Now, this is the web page. Obviously, you just go on notebooklm.google.com. You sign in with your Google account, like I said, and then you just hit create new notebook. Now, NotebookLM is basically just going to be a notebook for you. It's going to be your company-wide employee handbook, notebook, whatever exactly you want to call it, except for the fact that you're going to be able to do so much more with this than you are with just any regular PDF. Because nobody, and I promise you, nobody is reading through a 200-page document. They just want to get their answer. They want to get it as fast as possible and then get the hell out of there and then continue on with their day. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to upload a random file that I found on the internet, which is basically just called a sample employee handbook. Okay. We're going to download this PDF. It's about 28 pages long. This is exactly what a employee handbook would actually look like. I honestly have no idea because I never read through these, and neither do your employees or your coworkers. But either way, this is probably what it all looks like. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna just hit choose file. We're gonna upload this file. We're gonna upload this bad boy right here. And now, once we actually have that all loaded in, it's gonna title it. We're gonna get a little bit of a summary as well, and we're basically just gonna be able to chat with this now as well, right? So we can ask it really any questions that you actually want. You can say, how many hours a week am I required to work? Type that in. It's basically just gonna search in every single thing on this particular source and literally nothing else on the internet. Okay, and then it's gonna give you an answer, and there is. That's literally your answer. Okay, so you can have this. You can generate it into a podcast as well, and obviously. I actually dive deep into that in a previous video of mine. So if you haven't already checked that out, make sure to check that out. But basically, you can literally just say any of this, okay? It gives you the source as well. It literally tells you that, like, yo, you could just go over here, click it. It'll highlight exactly where it's pulling that information from. And that's all you have to do, okay? You can minimize this. You could refresh the chat if you want to. It'll just delete your chat history as well. And the best part about this is that you can literally share it with a new employee. Let's say, for example, you're the business owner and you have a Gmail or you just have any type of email, right? And a new employee gets on, he gets onboarded, he gets an email set up for him. All you have to do is literally just use his email, share this information with him, and he has access to it 24/7. He doesn't have to bother your other employees, your older employees, and stop their productivity. And neither does he have to actually comb through documents of information just to find one simple answer about what to do in a specific situation, which only happens like every once in a 5 years. And unfortunately for him, he has to deal with it. All you literally have to do is hit share right here. And I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to show my email. But after that, all you literally have to do is just type in his or her email, the new employees that is, and then that will automatically give them access to this entire notebook. And then from that, they're able to have any type of chat with the documents that you actually have uploaded. And mind you, listen, right now we only have one specific source actually uploaded, but you can actually upload 50 sources in this one notebook. And what's the power of that? What's the benefit of all of that? Maybe you only have one document per customer or client, right? Maybe you have one document for workflows. Maybe you have one document for onboarding. Maybe you have another document for any other function of the company. Maybe you have one document for operations or whatever it is, right? You can literally do whatever. And the best part about this is that, let's say, for example, if you have different departments, maybe you're already like a mid-sized company, or you actually have several different departments that you actually manage. What you can actually do is that you can set up different notebooks for every single department and have it to where, hey, the human resources group, whenever they have a new hire, we're only going to share the human resources notebook with them. Maybe if you have a new hire in the operations group, then that new hire is only going to have access to the operations notebook. And in the operations notebook, you only have operations documents. You don't have any HR documents or whatever it is. Now, one caveat that I would definitely like to point out is that, yes, while this is all secure for the most part, I don't think that you should put severely sensitive information on here. Like, for example, just don't make this like your entire like HR contracts and everything like that. Like, there's no reason why NotebookLM should have access to those. So yes, you might still have to use like your HR software that the HR department is actually using, but anything else, anything in terms of like workflows or anything like that, you should be able to store them over here, as long as it's not like proprietary information or patented information or trademarked information. You shouldn't really have to worry about any security concerns if they're just like, hey, different processes. Hey, if A happens, then do B. If B happens, then do C. If D happens, then do nothing. So either way, this is a great platform that you should just go ahead and use technology to your advantage to be more efficient, be more productive. I understand that as a business owner, it's very easy to just avoid things like this because it has a little bit of an upfront cost for you to make, because you need to, make sure everything is readable or make sure everything is in the proper place or whatever it is. But once you get over that hurdle, you definitely integrate something like this into your company, and I promise you it'll make your employees' lives so much easier, and your employees will thank you later for it, and they'll be much more productive, or maybe they'll just waste time. I don't know. That's completely up to your employees. But anyways, guys, this was Yusha. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye guys.